So for this painting, we are going to use our primary colors of red, yellow, and blue. And I have white, lots of white. Came out of the bottle pretty funny. There we go. So I'm using a synthetic brush, and it's a softer brush. It's not a bristle. We're going to use our bristle brush when we want to tap, tap, tap. But this one's for smooth strokes, okay? And you can use whatever size brush you want to fit your canvas. It's 11 by 14 canvas, and it's a stretch canvas. All right, see? And let's get started on the sky. And what I did down here was I taped off the horizon line. I came a little under halfway because I want more of the sky than I do the bottom area, because we're going to have some grass and we're going to have a violin player. So I'm going to start off with my blue, ultramarine blue, and I'm going to start off in this corner over here. I might even do the tops and sides, and I'm going to come in so far. Now the sky has a greenish tint to it, doesn't it? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that on there, and I'm going to add yellow. And that will, see how pretty that is? See how that greened it up? Nice. So I'm going to keep painting the top of the sky here. I want to, keep a lot of area for the light areas. I'm just going to put that on there like that. And I want to leave lots of it down here for the reds. This is a pretty sunset. It's a little bit different. More yellow. Just to smooth it out. Oops. Good. Good. Now I'm going to go with some white. I'll bring white over here to brighten it up nicely. Nice. So you can even come back into your green, it's okay. You won't mess it up or anything. We'll just keep smoothing it out, that's all. But now if you go back over here, it's going to be too green. So clean off your brush. Good. And then we're going to work with some more white and some yellows now. So we have tons of green, so we don't need any more green. So I'm going to add white. Get that white over there just so we can really brighten up that area. All right. Try to keep that nice and light. So once I go back into this really dark green, I'm not going to go back over my light. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add more white to my brush. I'm going to come underneath here. Some green, more white. So I'm really going to go with mostly white now. Okay. Nice. Blend that together. Just blend it together, that's all. Now we're going to go with some yellow and white. Just going to add a little bit of yellow to our white for now. Get some of that over here. You can see the yellow's going in there now, see? A bit of yellow there. Okay, I don't want to make too much there. Okay. Come back over. Keep all this under here for our next step. All right. That looks pretty. Nice. Now I'm going to pick up just yellow. Let's see if I can get some of those yellow streaks in there. Maybe a bit of white with it, yeah. White and yellow. I didn't even mix them together completely. All right. More white. If it doesn't show up, because the paint is still wet, so you're probably going to have it mixing in with what's already there. But we will continue. We'll probably add them after the sky dries. Right now I just want to try adding a few of those there so I'll remember where they were. I'm just letting it fall off the brush, like I'm not painting. I'm not pushing my paint. I'm just kind of using the chisel edge of my brush, and I'm kind of just letting it fall off my brush, the chiseled edge. Let's see if I can get a little bit of cloudy area up here. Good. Turn my brush around because that's where some of my paint is. Follow your paint. Bit of cloud. Get a little more white and try and add a little bit of cloud over here. Nice. Need a little more white. Nice. Good. Looks pretty, doesn't it? So you want to keep, we're going to get kind of an orangey color down here, but I want to leave a nice bright spot there. Make sure we don't go over that bright spot. So let's put something there so that we can keep that white really bright. Now what I have here is called Art Masking Fluid. And what this does is you put this on your canvas or your paper. If you're doing watercolor, you can do the same thing. And you can put that on your canvas. And now we want our light to be really, really bright. So I'm thinking here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that there and let it dry. And then you can paint over it. And then when you're finished painting, then you can take it off. You have to take it off. I'll show you how to take it off. Alright, so I'll leave that there and I'll let that dry. And it can be hard on your brush, so make sure you wash your brush right away with soap and water. Now, if you don't have the masking fluid, you can always put a bit of tape or something there to hold that spot open. It doesn't have to be even perfectly round, but as long as you left a spot there. Now, for down here, we're going to have it nice and bright. And I have my masking fluid on there. And I'm going to start with some white first so I can really make it bright. And then when I get that done, yeah, I want to add some white. That'll really keep it nice and bright. So with the masking fluid, you can paint right over it. More white. Just get it on there. And then we'll start adding some yellow. A nice bright yellow. If you have a lemon yellow or a really bright yellow, get your brightest yellow that you have. Or add white to your yellow. Make it really, really bright. And then start adding some of these really bright yellows. Bright there by the green, so that doesn't look like, oh, see that line there? It's between the green and the white. You don't want that there. You want it softened up, and so you can take that yellow and white and bring it up there. And then we are going to add a little tiny bit of red, not much, because I'm telling you now, red is very, very strong. Just try that little tiny bit first. Look on the corner. See what happens. See? Just that little tiny bit. I like to have it more orangey than that. So I'm going to add more yellow. Because it's kind of pinkish because I had some white on there. But we get the yellow in there and that will override the pink. Nice. Nice. Don't worry about going up here. It's fine. You're okay. Yeah, nice. A little more red. I'm trying to get a bit more orangey color. So I'm going to add a bit of red and yellow together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add more a little tiny bit of red and more yellow than red, okay? More yellow than red. All right, we'll try that. I still want a little bit more reddish. Trying to get that nice orangey color. Sometimes you have to fiddle. Sometimes. Some yellow up here with a bit of white, so it won't be too reddish up here. It's pretty. Nice and bright over there. I think I'll leave it over there nice and bright so we can have that really bright color. A little bit of red down here. See how you're always adjusting and, you know, doing things to... That's nice. That's a pretty sky. That's a pretty sky. It's very pretty. Oh, there's my red. There's my red. I wouldn't give up till I got what I was looking for. I was a bit nervous about adding too much because I'm doing a video, so I don't want to have to spend most of my time fixing it. You know what I mean? There we go. There we go. Happy with that now. Nice. Now I'm going to take my tape off. And I will be, when the paint dries, then I will take off the masking fluid so that we can see that bright sun there. So while we're waiting for that, we have to come down here and we have to have some of the sky reflections in the water here. So get your flat brush, then synthetic brush. Good. All right. So we have some of that orangey color down here, because you see this is where it's meeting. It's having a meeting right here, see? So that's your sky. So you want it to meet here. Don't touch off that line. Leave it there straight, because we're going to add probably a little bit more darkness there. So come down here. We do have reflections from what's going on top down to here. And I messed that up over there, didn't I? It should be more yellow. Although, there's orange down there, so no, we're okay. We are okay. I'll start adding yellow in a minute. So, let's just get that much on. And now, I'm going to add my yellow with a bit of white over here. There we go. Good. Maybe a little more yellow. All right. And then it comes in and starts getting into that green, right? So we'll get some blue on there. Now down here we're going to have, I think I probably won't need to do that. I probably will just go and add my dark here with the flowers where she's standing, right? She's standing on some kind of a hill. Yeah, that might be nicer. We'll just keep that orange flowing there. Yeah, that's nice. We'll get some of that red color in there. Some orange, red and yellow. So we'll say that's a reflection from here, so. I want it nice and brightish color red so it stands out. I'm just going back and forth with these little strokes. Just 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Just these shorts, see? I'm just going like that. Yeah. Nice. Now when we put the darks on, it's really going to bring it out nicely. Bring it down here a little bit. We do have a little bit of a hill over here with some trees, so I'm going to see now what that will look like. Alright. Add a little more yellow and white. It's so pretty. Good. In here I'm going to put a dark line there to separate those. I'm going to make it dark. I'm going to make a really dark color. I only have my primary colors, so I don't have black or anything. But you can use black if you want, but I'm going to use a really deep purple. A bit of red and a bit of blue. More blue than red, so you can get it really dark. So that it almost looks black. See? It's so nice how you can mix your colors though, isn't it, like that? Now you might want to use your tape again. So but I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to wing it. I'm going to wing it. Good. Now I can shape it up a bit. Good. Now I'm going to take my dark, my blue and my red, really dark color. Now if you want to put black there you can, but I'm going to use this really lots of blue, less red, and you'll get it almost black. So we are going to put that in here. See how dark that is? I mean, that's now by the camera it looks pretty bright there, but this is really, really dark here. I'll come up to the bottom of the red. It's kind of nice though to have that really dark purplish look, but this could be a beach even, you know. Be a beach that she's standing on. Could be anything, you know, like maybe a hill. I don't know. Now, if that's not dark enough for you, I'm going to use the black because to me, it's black for me, but because the light is shining on it, see I have a light here, then that's bringing the colors. The other colors are pretty close. But the bottom one there doesn't look black. It looks more of a bluish color. So to get that contrast, I will add some black, okay? Just so I can show you. Oh, it's still showing up light though, isn't it? That's what I see on my camera now. I don't know what. Maybe when I take the light away, it'll look nice and dark. So you can add the black or you can add the really deep, deep purple. All right. And what we're going to do is add some. What I'm going to do is, you can use the brush, this one, if you want, and just pull up some of these with the chiseled edge of your brush. Go to the right, to the right, to the left, to the left. All right. So you can use, you know, a liner brush. You can use whatever brush you want, a palette knife, anything at all, just to bring these up. Just use the chisel edge. We will get the liner brush out and add a few more little thin ones. Nice. Looks like grass, doesn't it? Good. So just get a liner brush out. You don't have to do this, but if you want to make it look like there's some longer ones there, some longer grass, you can certainly throw in a few little extra ones like that. Kind of gives it more interest, doesn't it? Huh? There we go. So you got little ones between that, see? It's nice. So make sure you go to the left, to the left, to the right, straight up. Nice. That's better. Now get out your bristle brush so we can put in a little bit of a tree. Just have a small bristle brush. Okay. And just dip into your black. And then bring out some. Now tap very gently, and if you tap really gently, then you will get that separation. All right, you'll get that separation. So you that one up there now. Start at the bottom of that one there, and then come down a bit, and then come out. All right, and then you can do the same thing. Down, move down a little bit, and then just come out. It depends on how far you want to come out. Maybe we'll come out a little further this time. You want to come down a little bit more. You want to come down so that they're, you know, kind of meets up with this guy here. Good. So you don't need much more, just enough to say there's some trees going on there, little branches of trees and a few little things going on there. Just tap gently so that you don't get just, you know, try to get some shapes. All right, and I'm going to change brushes again because I might make a little hill over on the other side, and because the contrast, as you can see what's happening. Get that light back a bit. I think that light is kind of, well, now you can see it. There we go. Yeah, because that light was shining right on it. Now I do need light. I don't know if I'm going to, maybe I turn it this way. Not bad. Just want to make sure you get enough light. And then I'm going to come back in with my flat brush, and I'm going to make that hill, and that's also in black. All right, because the darker it is, the better, because the contrast is what really makes it look nice. So it looks like you got a little hill. Don't forget about your sun. So we're just going to add a little hill here. And then we're going to come back over here like this. All right, and then we're going to fill it in. See, that's the beauty of silhouettes. You don't have to worry so much about the colors. I mean, it is nice, you know, to have colors, lots of color, but you don't have to worry too much. You get a break. It's like getting a break from pointy. Make it nice and pointy out here. And then I have a little bit of a and that's nice. And you don't have too much of anything else. And then we're going to put in our little lady playing her violin. I think that'll be really pretty. Now, I'm going to do it by transferring a pattern to my canvas when that completely dries. Now you practice anything that you're putting on here. If you're drawing a person or people or dogs or cats or whatever you're putting on your, practice on a separate sheet of paper first, and then you can either take a piece of chalk and draw it on here, or you can just trace it out, you know. But you can take a piece of chalk, and you certainly can. But if the head is too big, at least the chalk you can erase it till you get it the way you want it. So I drew out the pattern on a piece of paper. You can do it freehand or you can trace it. And I will send you a pattern if you want to do that. Something for you to go by. Because it's a little bit complicated up here by the violin. So, you know, if it's faster for you to trace it, that's fine. I use carbon paper. Alright, so I just tape my drawing down and my carbon paper. And then you could see it. She's there. So you can take it off and then just paint it in. And because we're doing a silhouette, you don't have to worry about too much with detail. So you get a small brush, a very small brush, so that you can work in those small areas, okay? So small flat brush. So just pick up your black or really dark color that you have there. And then you will, so we'll fill her in. Go. Once you get it filled in, you'll be able to see the shape better. Her hair comes down here. Leave a little space there by her back. We'll take care of her hair now in a second. Just want to get the main shapes in first, and then we can always add any little details that we need to do. So use the chiseled edge of your brush to get the edge of that hair there. Good. So all we're looking for now is shapes. This would be a good way to do a painting too. Like if you wanted to add color, paint an object with just black first to get the shape, and then you can fill it in with color. Probably we should do a painting like that sometime. I got so many paintings I want to do. I sent out a notice of a painting that I thought would be nice to do. It's like two fish. They're really colorful. Kind of got a round body. It's really cute. So I might do that one next. And I got one too on my Patreon page. I said I was going to do of a little child playing in a puddle. That was kind of cute, because then you'd be able to see how to do the reflections in a puddle of water. So now we have to bring her dress down, so we can't have the grass. Well, I guess you could have the grass coming up, but where everything is black, it's hard to see it. That looks nice. Silhouettes are beautiful, and they're, you know, they're pretty easy. You know, people have sold so many silhouettes. They're good sellers, as long as you got a bit of color in them. Oranges and reds and yellows, they'll sell like hotcakes. So far, so good. Kind of exaggerating her dress a little bit. So you can see it. Get this out more. Trying to get it to look like there's nice little shapes to the dress. Yeah, maybe some more down here. That's pretty, I like that. Yeah, so you can add more, right? Because there's not so many on the reference photos, you can add a bunch more. Bring them out as much far out as you want to. You know, maybe even further. I'm getting too brave there now, I'm going to end up ruining it. Oh boy. Alright, so it goes right down to the black. Very nice. We got to get the, now hopefully this brush is not too big. If you need a very small brush, you probably, I might get a liner brush instead. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a round brush. A round brush. Alright. There's one. Get that in black. Get that. Good. Get the shape of that violin. Goes right into her neck. Good. And we have this little piece come up here. Also coming down here. And it's the top of the violin there. Try to figure out what you're painting. That way you won't mess up. That's her hand. Okay, going around the top of the violin. So study it a little bit before, even though it's a silhouette, it can be a little confusing if you're not sure what the shapes are when you take your pattern down, okay? You get a little lost, so study it. That's her sleeve right here, it's a sleeve. Okay. Isn't that nice? Now we'll play with her here. Alright, we'll get a brush and we'll play with her here. I'll get a flat brush. Now use the chiseled edge of your flat synthetic brush and try to get some here. Come off of that one with the chiseled edge so that you can get a straight piece of hair coming down. You can come down as far as you want. You have nice long hair. You separate those strands so you can see them. There we go. Good. Take a few little ones off of here. See, I don't go by the reference photo, but I'm pretty close to it though, you know, because it's a big help. And when I seen it, I liked it, so I wanted to keep it fairly close to what I seen. She's got a little bit of hair coming off her forehead there. Okay, not much. So I just want to take this black line that I made there behind her, and in the distance there's a black line here, and I think there's a little city or something going on there. So I'm just going to take my flat brush and I'm going to fill this in here with my flat brush, the chisel edge. Okay, use the chisel edge so you can keep on that line there. Make sure you got lots of paint on your brush, but not enough to give blobs, but enough to move when you try to move your paint. Now you can make little hills back here if you prefer. Right? So you can have little hills, or you can have wherever your imagination takes you. So mine is going to, in a reference photo, it looks like there might be buildings or something back here, but I'm thinking be able to see little hills better, you know, so kind of bring up little humps of, just throw up some little hills. It's so far away, you can put it back, you can put back there whatever you want. Whoops. Alright, so we'll have some shapes back here. They can be hills, or they can be little buildings maybe, you know. All right, getting there. Come back here. I'm going to go in here and we're going to pull up a little bit, something there and something up here. Just using the corner of my brush to kind of bring things up a little bit. Little bits of something going on back there, maybe little hills, maybe little buildings, who knows. It adds a little interest when you add these little things going on back there. Now of course we need a little bit of, I'm going to wipe off my brush, clean it off, tip it in water, wipe it off. There's probably some dark left on my brush, so I'm going to use that to make a few little, to make a little bit of shadows underneath here, like a reflection from that up on top there. See? See, my brush is wet, so it's taking off some of that for shadows. Or I should say reflection. So I'm going to borrow some of that paint from up there, bring it down. That's better. Good. Now we'll just do a few finishing touches and then we are done. Just going to take my liner brush and I'm going to make a few little lines here to suggest some twigs and branches and things. Just give it a little more interest, you know. Even though it's a silhouette, you still want to show some detail. Detail is fun. Some people are looking at your painting, that's what they look at. They look at detail, they say, oh, how did they do that? then, now because we have all these here, I'm going to add some leaves. So when you get your reference photo, I want you to zoom in on the trees and the leaves, and then you can see where everything goes. So we got that, and we will so we will add some leaves to that, and I'm just going to get a flat, maybe I'll get, you can use a flat brush or you can use a filbert, and then you can add some leaves, just some small leaves. So I'm just going to use a filbert and just add some leaves, like just with your filbert, with your black paint. Alright, get it out here so you can see more. Okay, we missed a little bit. Alright, so we just go little leaves like this, just touch, and your filbert will give you those leaves. So I'm just touching my filbert on the chiseled edge and pushing a little bit. That way you get a few little leaves. See? Gives it a little more detailed look to it. Good. See, because it's silhouette, it's so easy to make things look better. And I think I'm going to get my bristle brush. I'm going to go in my black, and I think there's a few little bit of trees and stuff going on up here. Just tap on the edge there and bring up some of these little extra bushes and things going on the edges there. There we go. Good. It dries, that will dry in with that. See, it looks so much better already, doesn't it? So we got a little bit of reflection going on here, which comes out a little bit. Alright, so just use the paint that you put on there. You wet it up a little bit there, so you can just bring that out a little bit here. It's okay. I'm going to clean off my brush. Just leave a small bit of black on there. I don't want too much. I'm just going to add a little bit of shadow here. Highlights. There we go, and clean off my brush again so I don't put too much on there. Let's add these little ripples. Not too much, just a little bit. Now you don't have to do that because I'm doing it. And I'm seeing that I'm not too fussy. So what I might do is go back in with some white and yellow and go back over that again a little bit. I kind of like it, but I'm not sure. So you'll see, you know, you get to certain parts and you'll try something, you may not like it. But I like experimenting, so don't worry. It's not hard to fix things. I just go into my white and yellow. It'll be as good as new. Especially when it dries and you can go back over it again. Yellow and white. I like the color it's turning into because it's got the reflection of the sky there too, see? Nice. I like it. Now what we got to do now is, I think we're okay down here. Let's see my bristle brush. See if I can make those a little more bushier. Just a little bit of, maybe there's a little bit of bushes on there, just a small bit. See all these little details, right? They're kind of, see that? Now, make sure you don't push too hard. You don't want to get blobs. But that's nice, isn't it? See that? That was that easy. All those little details. And all we gotta do is get the sun out there and we're done. See where I'll take the light down a little bit. It's pretty, isn't it? Now let's see if we can get that. Maybe we'll use a palette knife to try to get that off. All right. See, it's like glue or something. I don't know. But anyway, it came off pretty good. See how you got to keep your white. Oh, I picked up a bit of black from that bottom there. That's okay. So, but see how nice and bright it is now? Isn't that nice? Good. Now, we didn't. That black was still wet, so when that dries, then you can certainly get a clean brush and go in there. Make sure it's nice and bright. Good. There it is. It's pretty, isn't it? So, you can also bring that reflection down to here and here. Yeah, that's kind of nice. I like that. I think that's it. You know, you can play around with it as much as you want. But I think we had a lot of detail going on in there for a silhouette. No, wait, that's really pretty. I know, that's a girl playing the violin in the sunset. Really pretty. I don't think I need to do much more with it. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this painting. I hope you give it a try. It's really pretty. You can put whatever you want there. You can have two people there. You can have a dog there. You can have whatever you want. You can have birds in the sky. You can do whatever you want. If you want a little bird in the sky, you just take a liner brush or a very small round brush. And you can just make the letter V, basically, is all you need to do. Especially where it's a silhouette. It'll look really nice. So that's all you need to do there. Right, so if you had a liner brush, you like a long thin brush like that, and just I don't know, maybe put a couple, maybe we'll put something over here just to break it up a little bit. Just a letter V, that's all you need. See? Little tiny one far away. Just one. I'm not going to put in very many because I just get carried away a lot. Alright. So I hope you enjoyed this video today, and I hope you enjoyed this painting, this silhouette, but yet it has color, you know. There's a lot of color, but the silhouette, the beautiful girl with the violin, and the trees and the leaves and the detail that we have there, all that detail, and the beautiful sky with the clouds. See that? Very nice. All right, so I'm going to see you in the next video, and email me at allisonpriorart@yahoo.com to get more. I'm thinking about sending out some notifications because I'm not sure if all my subscribers are getting my notifications when I upload a new video. So let me know if you do or don't get them, and email me if you need a link to any new videos coming up. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now from Allison Prior.